We live.
We live. We live. We
You know
live. Go
what
ahead, True.
happened?
Take it away. Take it
Well,
away. You
listen,
got it. You got it. You
we
got it.
live, getting extra dirty like 7:30. You know how I go. Views from the 22 presented by the scene. We in the building, coming live from an undisclosed location in the house.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just know I'm here. And listen, for all of the shade and the slander,
Oh
just know
man.
Just know we ain't retiring until it's time to retire it. Nah, I'm good, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, listen. I almost said, "Nah, I'm good on this game," but I did it. We did it. We here. We gonna get it done, and we gonna try to make this into the most lit Jaguars Dolphins pregame show in the history of the world. Of the world, Craig.
Of the world. Say that again.
So we're gonna get started. We're gonna do a couple different things, but before we jump into the game, let's get into a little bit more of a serious topic about something that happened this week in the NFL. Um, on Sunday, Tyrod Taylor did not start. We talked about it on our Tuesday show when we discussed about 5 or 6 different quarterbacks. If you haven't seen it, go check it out in the videos. That was a good conversation between me, Germ, and Vic Jr. But on Wednesday, which was yesterday, we discovered the real reason why Tyrod Taylor ended up not starting. Now, we knew that he went to the hospital because he had chest pains, but what ended up coming out yesterday was that a doctor was giving him a pain injection shot right before the game near the ribs, or for the ribs, rather. And I'm not a doctor, so I have no idea where the hell that goes. But what we do know is that he ruptured Tyrod Taylor's lung or his lungs. And that's why he ended up having to go to the hospital. And that's why Justin Herbert was literally the emergency starter for the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, from what we understand, and Germ and I especially don't really watch sports TV, like the main networks and whatnot. But from what we understood, from some of the things we read, and something we saw on Twitter from a former player replying to Adam Schefter, apparently once you accept medical treatment from the team as part of the collective bargaining agreement between the NFLPA and the NFL, apparently once you accept the treatment from the medical team of your team, you can't sue. That's how we understood it. That's what we read on Twitter. That's what we read in that article. If anybody wants to see that, let me know in the comments. I'll send it to you, or I'll post it in the group, whichever one. But Germ, I just want to get your thoughts on this. When you heard the initial report, when you found out that he quite possibly can't sue, what was your initial reaction?
I just thought it sucked overall because at the end of the day, it's one of those things where um the Chargers have had issues with their medical staff for some time now. I'm just gonna say it for what it is. It's hard to trust the medical personnel and the people out of that facility right now, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
of
We've seen
course.
a lot of stuff happen in that medical facility
Speak on it.
over the last couple of, what has it been, about 12, 13 years?
Bro, you could go back 20 years, 18 years,
Yeah, that's
honestly.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the things we've seen. So I think it sucks. I'm rooting for Tyrod to get better. I'm rooting for this situation to be resolved with the NFL. I hope there's something that the NFL can do to compensate him for this. Um, and I'm not just talking about maybe it not be via money, maybe it be something that they can do, whether it's money or not. I just hope there's something that can be done. You know what I'm saying? Because that's serious. You know what I'm saying? What if this man would have, lost his life or something? And we just want to be honest about that. We want to be really careful about these type of things, man. This is why it's very, very hard in general for people to practice certain levels of medicine and certain levels
Yeah.
of being a doctor or nurses, things of that nature. So this is why there's so much scrutiny in that field. So we just want to be mindful of that. But moving forward, I hope they figure this out. I hope that the organization does a much better job moving forward with this, and then we'll go from there. But Chef, that's all I really got, man. Because I
Yeah.
don't want to do too much.
No, I don't want to do too much either. I think it's You go back, since about 2016, we tried to get the hashtag Lockout 2020 trending. It never happened, and obviously that's for the betterment overall, but it might not have been for the betterment of the players. And one of the players' concerns about the new CBA was health. So it's a shame, no doubt about it. Even if he can't sue, just sometimes you just got to do things the right way. You know what I mean? You just got to do what's right. And listen, we're not doctors, but I don't give a damn what anybody says. A punctured lung is nothing to play with. And the fact that it happened with a doctor who, again, according to some of the stuff I read, he's got a very, 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 very shady past. And some people are questioning how in the world is he still licensed. So I'm hoping it doesn't just end up with some just, hey, shit happens type situation. Something's got to get done. Something's got to get resolved, because this organization has been one of the worst in terms of players' health and players' safety. And that's just the facts. But again, like I said, we don't want to spend too much time on it. So we're going to move on to the game. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to just touch on a few things, and just get out of here quick. We're not going to spend too much time today. Germ So True said,
if the doctors from the Chargers ever need or ask me, do I need any help?
Yeah, that's you. Listen, just let me. Yeah, I'm good. I'll take my chances. I can breathe through one. I'll take my chances.
We're gonna do something,
bro.
I'm gonna turn on my superpowers or something. Call it Iron Man or Batman or Thor or something. See if Thor can hit me with the little lightning thing to start my heart again.
All right, man. Let's get into this. Miami versus Jacksonville. I believe both teams are, what is it, 1-1 or 0-2? I didn't even show you how much.
Miami is 0-2. Jacksonville is 1-1 because they beat Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, they beat the Philip Rivers led Colts. That's right. So Miami is 3-point underdogs. Jared, both these quarterbacks have sort of been, Gardner. I mean, we talked about Gardner and how he probably just going to come off with a hot streak. We'll see how long it lasts. And Fitzpatrick is doing what Fitzpatrick has done his entire career. When you're hot, then you're cold. That's how it is with Fitzpatrick. 1 week he's on, other week he's off. 1 week he's throwing the rock with confidence. Other week you have no idea what football game he's watching. So what have you seen these first 2 weeks from a rather young team on both teams?
I see a lot of good things for the Dolphins in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line is going to be a lot better as they continue to gel. I do think that the power running game has been pretty good for them when they've been able to utilize it. Devontae Parker is still a tier 2 receiver, but he has a lot of upside. Gesicki is a good tight end. I think they got some pieces there. I think what we ultimately need to see from the Dolphins is we just need to see the maturation process. The defense, obviously, they're without all of their pieces on defense for different reasons. Number one, they really don't have that many pieces to begin with. But the other part is, I just think the Dolphins are the Dolphins right now. The secondary is where they invested their money into. So that'll be the area that they should be the best. And I think that's the area that they may have overpaid for a player here. And they may have some guys that are expendable. So just a little spoiler alert for you guys. Now that Noah, now that he's in the fold and things of that nature, I think I just don't want to butcher his name, so I just rather go that route.
Oh my God, yo.
I just would prefer for, if they're gonna get rid of Xavier Howard, that may be something they may be looking to do at some point. He could be a trade deadline target. Just a little heads up to everybody.
Hey, listen, that would be crazy.
So I just rather go that route. So I'm just gonna say this, man. The Dolphins are who they are. They are who we thought they'd be. I'm gonna let you get your thoughts, and then we'll go to the Jags.
As far as the Dolphins, look, I understand people are going to criticize them about the money they spent. My opinion, they had the money to spend it, and they weren't going to do anything with it. And you certainly could have put that in your pockets. So spend it where you feel you need the most strength. Spend it where you feel you need the biggest boost. We talked about that offensive line, mainly Eric Flowers and Ted Karras, former Patriots offensive lineman. They spend money on them. I mean, they definitely overpaid. There's no doubt about it. They overpaid. And then with the corners, they also overpaid. But listen, I don't care what you pay. I don't care what you spent. The season is here, and you got to start maximizing the value out of those players that you got. And they need to just simply perform better. I mean, heading into the season, there was a lot of talk and anticipation to see what this offensive line for the Dolphins was going to look like. But through 2 games, their 2 main running backs, Matt Breida and Jordan Howard, combined 25 carries for 70 yards. That's in 2 games. That's unacceptable. That needs to be better because you certainly can't rely on Fitzpatrick week to week throwing 300 touchdowns and 300 yards every week and playing with a type of just execution that he played against the Bills. And with all that being said, they still lost to the Bills. You know, they didn't win the game. At least the Jaguars have a win on their record. So for Miami, and for tonight's game, sooner rather than later, you want to start establishing that run game. Sooner rather than later, you want to instill that confidence in your offensive line. We talked about it on last week's show about just that it's contagious once you start running the football. They got to start running the football because on the perimeter, I mean, Devontae Parker, we know, has been inconsistent. So you can't just rely on having Mike Gesicki and Ryan Fitzpatrick trying to throw the ball up and down the field. So eventually they got to start running the football. And this defense that's got some talent, that's got some veterans, that's got some speed, that's got some money invested in them, they got to start playing well as well. They got to start playing better because this division, the AFC East, like it's the guy is no longer there. You know, we don't even got to say his name. The guy. That's all we need to say. The guy is no longer there in that division. So it's no longer, oh, well, who cares? It's the Dolphins. They're not going to make the playoffs. Oh, well, who cares? It's the Jets. They're not going to make. Nah, that's done with. 9 wins gets you this division. And if you can't win this division with 9 wins, if you can't even be competitive in this division, that's a major, major problem. And we know Fitz is not the future, but hey, keep adding to that legend and maybe get a playoff wing under your belt. Moving on now to Duval County. Shout out to Duval County. Germ, Mr. Mustache Man. He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick Jr., isn't he? I mean, I don't get it. What have you seen?
I seen a dude handling the baby. That's what he's doing out there. He handling the baby. I have to give him credit where it's due. I think Minshew has played pretty well. Yeah. I think he has about 5 to 6 throws that have not been good. Mm-hmm. I think that they have a nice complement of young receivers. Mm-hmm. I think they have a nice complement of young running backs. Those young running backs look pretty damn good. Not to mention, the defense is not that bad. Look. No, let me tell you something. Real quick, I'm gonna say a couple of things and then I'm gonna pass it, Mo.
No, do you think, bro?
I like the couple of these pieces on that defense there, Mr. In Duval County. Mm-hmm. I got a couple things there that Mr. So True got his eye on here. Because that's secondary. Now that we've took to Sean, I can't get too deep because I'm not that fast. Gibson out of the secondary is moving a little bit better. CJ Henderson looks like a pretty good player.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. I'm gonna relax. I think they can make every week competitive. Yeah. That's the key thing. Yeah. If you're competitive every week, as we add more talent to you, then that'll be even better. Yeah. But I like some of these pieces that they have on that team. Kind of like the Raiders. I like some of these pieces for Monday night. Hey, Raiders, shout out to the Raiders.
Shout out to the Raiders.
Y'all, hey, look, y'all showed me that I didn't eat bad grits that morning because y'all came out and won. Yo, chill. But Jacksonville, This is a good chance for you to go 2-1 to start the season, which is a great place to be in your division because it's going to put a lot of pressure on the Houston Texans, who are going to be 0-3 probably after this week. My goodness.
Oh my God, bro.
And then, not to
Listen.
mention, I mean, you're right there. You're right there to be able to challenge. I mean, the game that you guys put on against the Titans, y'all never gave up. Y'all never gave up.
Nope.
That's what the most important part is right there. Hey man, shouts out to the people in the comments. I mean, I just want y'all to know, like, I'm sitting here reading some of y'all comments. That's why I'm laughing at y'all. I mean, because Jorge and Victor Mino, they're having a great conversation about the Raiders. And then Vic comes back and just basically says, I didn't know I'd be getting this energy from the Giants contingency. I just thought that was great. I mean,
yeah.
This is fun. This is
Jorge, listen, unless you're a Yankees fan, there is no sports contingency fan base in New York that has any room to talk about anybody. And yes, we include in Buffalo because they actually play in the state of New York, unlike the Jets and the Giants. For ahora, cállate, por favor, because the Yankees are the only respectable sports team in New York at the moment. And it's
Jorge,
about that.
Come back, Jorge. Come back. Don't leave. Don't leave, bro. Come back.
Where you going? Hey, shout out to Jorge, though. Shout out to Jorge and the Dish and the Petty in the Outfield guys. They had a great show last night. Make sure you go check that out. Jorge made his starting pitching debut. We can't call it quarterback or point guard, so we got to call it starting pitching. And he was a starting pitcher last night. But as for the Jaguars, as for Gardner Minshew, as for everything you said, you were spot on. That's why this is a young man's game, man. This is a young man's game. And when you get young pieces around and they're flying to the football and they're moving and they're enthusiastic and they're energetic and they start to believe in one another, it becomes something different. And they got those two young pass rushers in Josh Allen and Clavon Chason, which both of those guys, we had a lot of positive things to say about them when they were coming out, when they were prospects. And you could see it coming. So shout out to Jacksonville. Shout out to Duval. Unfortunately for me, the only thing they need now moving forward for the next 10 years is a quarterback. And I got nothing against Gardner Minshew, but I ain't got too many great things to say about Gardner Minshew. He's Ryan Fitzpatrick Jr. One day he's gonna be good, one day he's gonna stink. One day he's gonna have confidence, one day he's not. One day he's gonna see the football field, one day he's not. It's just the way it goes with some of these quarterbacks. He might end up being the next Fitzpatrick, the next Josh McCown, where they're just in the league for 13 years and they play for 9 different teams. And you look up one day and it's like, wait, this guy has more passing yards than Steve Young. How is that even possible? That's very well what I could see out of the career of Gardner Minshew. So Jacksonville, we're going to keep an eye on you moving forward. But I think this game has a lot more potential. Sound like I'm going through puberty. Has a lot more potential than your what's being built for. I think there is gonna be some excitement out of this football game. And I took a nap, so there's no way I can fall asleep during this one. Germ, game picks. Who you got? You know what? Time out. Before that, let's do the final segment before we do game predictions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the reason people are here today. It's the reason people are so excited in the comments. They want to know truly what Germ So True and Mo Schefter have to say about this. It's been a hot topic all week on the Twitter sphere, on Sports Radio Talk, and on the tube, as they say.
Gee Wilders, Crocky.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know why I said that, and I don't know why I said it that way, but that's how it came out. So we're just gonna move forward. Take 2. Germ. Hot topic. Beards or mustache?
Wow, y'all really want this energy? All right, so look, check this out. First of all, I just want y'all to say it. I'm gonna turn this into this. Would you rather have no? Would you rather have a top or a bottom?
Hey,
Only
listen,
so true gonna do it. Only so true gonna go that way. Ladies, would you rather have top or bottom? There you go.
what, where is that check mark that you got to click that says "not for kids" on YouTube? We hope the kids went upstairs to go finish their cyber school homework, because that is not. I would have never asked you that question if I knew that was going to be your answer. I don't know. Listen.
Okay. Honestly, man, I think. No, honestly.
Did he just say what I think he said? Like,
Yo,
Brazzers. Good.
Bang Bros, world famous. Yo, all right.
Man.
So look, honestly, I would rather have a beard because a beard is a little bit more of a. It's a lot. It's work. Me and Chef talk about this all the time. We be trying to find different combs and different things. A mustache is easy to maintain. So if you want to go around with the porn stash like some people have, like Gardner Minshew in this situation, he got that old school 70s porn stash that he has. It just is what it is. But I would prefer a beard. That's just me. I think a beard is even though it's a little bit more work, it is nice. It does actually complement my peanut shaped head that's a little bit oversized, and that's just what it is. Yeah, I give myself the smoke, so I'll be ready. So that's just me. What you think, bro?
Oh man! First of all, team babyface. Nobody studying no babyface. And the comments just kind of took a left turn with what we just did. But hey, it's the Jaguars Dolphins. All right, we're not going to do this when it's the Saints Packers. That's for sure. Listen, obviously, I know you can't see it as good right now because I got the virtual background on. But the beard during this quarantine has been a bit of a struggle. But if you look at my mustache, because there's nobody in my area, in my undisclosed area, there's nobody in my area who's touching the beards right now. The only person I gotta go to is my friend, my boy, and he lives about 40 minutes away from me, and he goes all over the place cutting hair. So it's been hard to get that schedule with him. But this mustache is out of control. It be making me sneeze half the day because it just is all over, and it's annoying as hell. This is the thickest I've ever had in my mustache, and I can't stand it. As for the beard, even though nobody's touching it up right now, with certain products, I got a comb that's one of those electrical combs or whatever that I've been using lately, because I'm also in the process of trying to find a new conditioner, and we may have one, and they may be a sponsor, so stay tuned for that, because we got to support small businesses everywhere as two men who thrive in the small businesses world of America. So we're trying to get there with it, but I am 100% going with beard. All right, King Leonidas didn't have a mustache. King Leonidas had a beard. You know who has mustaches? Evil villains from Russia and Germany. They have mustaches, okay? And evil villains from Korea, or I mean from other places, have baby faces. Okay, so Ty, no baby face, no mustache. The hero, the king, it's always, even the king from Burger King got a beard. Yeah, baby face, mustache. Just hold that shirt up for a little bit, Mr. So True. It's all about the beards. All right, everything in my life started
all about
trending.
The tuba, shouty.
I'm done. I'm over with. One band, one sound. Germ. Give me the predictions. Because we keep going. It's only going to get worse. This thing is so off the tracks. I don't even know what we talking about or what we doing here, or how Big Shot ain't hacked the Zoom and logged us off.
Hey, look, Big Shot said, oh, pregame gone mental. Views after dark. hey, director's cut. Hey, director's cut is the truth.
Man.
Oh, yeah, look, what did we have to? But look, at the end of the day, man, I think this is a good week for the Jags, though. I think they should build on this momentum. Had a tough week last week. Give me the Jags today. I think the Jags start the prediction week off strong with a nice 27-20 victory. I'm noticing something about the Dolphins. If the game is going to be tight, they're probably not going to be the victor of the game.
That's 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 very fair and very accurate. I was gonna pick the Jaguars. I'm gonna be honest with you, but this whole thing started with beards and mustache, and I just got to roll with the beard brotherhood. So give me Ryan Fitzpatrick. Give me the beard. I gotta do it. I can't roll with the mustache. I'm not doing it. Beards all day.
But
Hey,
some of the players.
beards over feelings. Beards over feelings, or beards over film. Whatever, however you want to spell it, however you want to spin it. But I'm not picking a mustache over the beard. I can't do it. I can't do it. So give me the Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm going with the score from Sunday, 31-28, Dade County.
All right, well, go ahead, take this. I mean, look,
all right.
if you just like you said, I'm gonna say the same thing to you that you said to me last week and see if I can jinx them into winning for you. Are you sure you want to pick the Dolphins? You sure?
No, but I'm picking them.
Okay, all right. Well, go ahead, and let me. I'm gonna run away with the pick'ems this year. Then I'm gonna run away with the pick'ems, but y'all picking the Saints. Oh, I said that out loud. Oops.
That is Germ So True. I am Mo Schefter. We will see y'all a couple times before Sunday. Basketball, fighting, maybe a soccer show, maybe another football show, but we will definitely
we got fantasy.
And we got the fantasy, of course. We got the fantasy Saturday afternoon. So make sure you subscribe and keep those notifications on for two reasons. One, Facebook be hating sometimes, and they don't let me post. They don't let any of us post. They want to say it goes against their community standards. Maybe that's because we don't discuss narratives. And the second reason, as a segue, protect yourself from narratives, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure the scene has you covered. 2-2, we out.